Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or find a way to lose. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Mayweather lives. I'm telling you, Floyd Mayweather is still around. He's just in the body of O'Shaquie Foster. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know much about O'Shaquie Foster. I figured Rey Sebastian Fundora Vargas was going to come in there and just, do what he normally does, is for the most part outwork his opponents. And it looked like, well, it didn't look like he attempted that. But this O'Shaquie Foster, I'm talking an exceptional talent. You always hear the saying, skills pay the bills, right? And that is what helped O'Shaquie Foster win a decision tonight and win his first world title. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't like to watch a true boxer, a boxing purist, you know what I'm saying? They don't like to see the guy who can float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, sit there and counter. And they want, a lot of times, fans are kind of split, but a lot of times fans want to see two guys get in there, rock 'em, sock 'em robots, a mash up, crash up, and just beat each other to death. A slugfest. But let me tell you, I was very, very impressed. I'm be honest with you, man. This O'Shaquie Foster went on to beat Vargas. Vargas was still trying to let his hands go, but man, it's like he was fighting a ghost. And for anyone who says O'Shaquie Foster was running, man, I say hold your horses, don't take it to the stupid. O'Shaquie Foster was not running. That man was in there using that lateral movement like a prime Keith Thurman, stopping on a dime, firing shots, countering, catching, shooting. I even saw him, man, catching shots like Vargas would throw a shot like a hook, and he would catch it on his glove. Then he would shoot two shots real quick. The arm that was hit, he would immediately, as soon as he felt the contact, shoot a counter, and then throw another. Then let the other hand go. A quick, like a quick 1-2, boom, bap, and Vargas would immediately retreat. I think Vargas was hurt. I know Vargas was hurt a few times, but I think he was hurt a lot more in that fight than what maybe O'Shaquie Foster realized. But that was an amazing display of talent and athleticism. And look, it's not like Rey Vargas didn't get in there and look like his old self. No, Rey Vargas still has it. He still has it. He can fight, man. He was man looking like a damn lion. He wasn't trying to lose. He was trying his best. It's just the skills, man. I mean, just everything tight, the accuracy, the timing, man. And like I said, when you're a guy like O'Shaquie Foster, you hear me talk about Mayweather lives and Mayweather comparison. Guys like Keith Thurman in his prime, guys like what's his name, Miguel Cotto, when he would get up on his toes and box. Sugar Ray Leonard's, man. But when you can move around and then just stop on the dime and let shots go, and while you're still moving, you know how hard it is to punch while you're moving? Those are the things that really helped Foster in this fight with Rey Vargas, because Rey Vargas, man, he did. It's not like he had moments in the fight. But he just, especially early, his jab looked very, very, very strong. But let me tell you something. For those judges in San Antonio, right, to give O'Shaquie Foster the decision to claim the previously vacant WBC junior lightweight title at 130 pounds, that means that Foster did his job. I mean, hell, the judges scored the fight 116-112. That seems pretty fair to me because it was pretty close, but Foster looked like he was kind of, he was applying the pressure like he was controlling the fight. He was landing much cleaner shots. And like I said, Vargas, like he was just punching at a ghost, man. Some of his shots weren't hitting nothing because he just, O'Shaquie Foster would just take a little step back, 2 steps back, 3 steps back, and then, start his lateral movement again, getting up on his toes, and then immediately let his hands go. But when you look at the judges' scores, 116, 112, 117, 111, 119, 109, I don't know about that score, but look, it makes you wonder how the mild underdog was able to come out on top. But I personally had it like 117, 111. But those rounds were so close. Some of those rounds were so close, but you could just see Foster, man, putting the pressure on him. And sometimes when you got a fighter who he's putting the pressure on someone, although he doesn't seem to be really letting his hands go that much, and the other fighter is kind of moving back, and that can give the impression to a judge that the fighter who's applying the effective pressure but not really letting his hands go as much, that he's controlling the fight and he's winning the fight, and sometimes they'll give him the rounds. But when it comes to O'Shaquie Foster, he said, look, dedication and hard work. You got a great team around me, man, and just trying to get away from distractions, which is a good thing, and just trying to be mentally and physically right. And I just think it's going to take a while for it to set in that he's on top and he's in a great position to go on and make big money. He's already talking about unifications. But he has 2 mandatories already. See, that's what's mind-blowing. You win the title today, and boom, they drop 2 mandatories on you already. So it's like he might as well, he can't even go and get comfortable, You got to get maybe a week off and back in the gym because he already has 2 fights planned, which is good because, it applies some structure to your career, and at least you got 2 guaranteed paydays coming up. You just have to make sure you win your fights. But at the same time, if you wanted additional downtime, you really can't take it. But I think that's good that he has to, basically get back in camp and start training. Because I'd hate to see what happened to what's his name, Andy Ruiz. You go on to do something that's been a dream, and you don't just become a heavyweight champion, you become a unified heavyweight champion. And you just don't get back in the gym and really respect your accomplishment enough to stay focused, disciplined. So when you go back into the rematch, like with Andy Ruiz going back into a rematch with AJ, to make sure you come out victorious again. So with O'Shaquie Foster, you could tell that he's not going to sit there and fall off because he's from a place called, I think it's Orange, Texas. He's not going to just win the belts and be hanging out at the local barbecue with the boys and drinking beer and BSing. Nah, he's all business, man. To see him in the ring with his small son, man, that I enjoyed seeing that as well. But I'm telling you, that jab, that lead hook, that straight right hand going to the body, shoulder roll defense. I'm watching that saying, damn, this man looking like Mayweather. I'm watching that saying, let me tell you something. There's another fighter who I saw fight. I remember when it wasn't the first time fight, but when I first saw him fight on DAZN, okay? When I first saw Devin Haney fight on DAZN, I had seen him fight before, but when I saw him fight on DAZN, I said, this man is, same thing I say here, Mayweather lives. This is the next coming of Mayweather. That's how on point Devin Haney was. And that's the same way I felt tonight watching O'Shaquie Foster, man. I fell asleep. I was sitting there in the living room, man. I fell asleep on Mario Barrios and the other guy. And that was a good fight. I just was tired, man. And then one of my sons came downstairs, and that woke me up. And I looked up. We were in like 20 seconds into the first round with O'Shaquie Foster and Rey Vargas. And I'm thinking Barrios was going to be the exciting fighter, the fight that really got my attention. Man, nah. That's not the case at all. When I was watching this O'Shaquie Foster guy, Rey Vargas, the fight woke me up. I'll put it to you that way. Absolutely amazing, man. Watching this man, I mean, calm under pressure. Talk about defense, right? You know how hard it is to stay calm in the ring with someone like Vargas coming at you, throwing shots, seeing the shots, letting them just, that's from, let me tell you, man, that's from training. Throwing shots, trusting your defense, catching them. I mean, he always had his hands in the right place to catch shots, parry shots, you know, and it was effortlessly, you know, like he wasn't. You ever see some guys with defense, you know, they're reaching out to block a shot or reaching to parry. No, he was just right there in the pocket, boom, shoulder roll defense, and just Vargas would do something, he was just catching everything and then countering, man. I mean, I never seen nobody push Vargas back like that. That's the other thing. So, yo, let me tell you, man, O'Shaquie Foster is on his way. For those who didn't see the fight, let me tell you something. Just because it wasn't anybody getting knocked down or knocked out, if you really enjoy watching Floyd Mayweather box, or guys like Vernon Forrest, or just, you know, straight up boxers, man, but like clever boxers like a Chris Bird and them kind of guys, man, who just is hard to hit them, you would enjoy watching this fight. I think O'Shaquie Foster is going to be hanging around for a long time, man. That's just how good that he looked. You figure Foster landed 144 of 625 punches. You know, total punches, 87 of 286 of the power shots. Vargas landed 101 of 524 total punches, 66 of 225 power shots. You know what I'm saying? He landed Foster to the body, 62 to 14, but it didn't help. It didn't help much, man. It is what it is, man. But Vargas, he just couldn't do anything, man. When he tried to kind of claw his way back into the fight, man, Foster just put his foot on the brake, man. On the gas. He was all gas, no brakes, and he made sure that there wasn't going to be an argument for Vargas to say that he was robbed. It was a really, really good fight. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it as that, man. But for those of you who didn't see the fight, I'm going to tell you, I think you missed one. I was very impressed, and I would like to see what he's going to do next. I know he has a couple of mandatories, but I think he should hang at 130 for a while, man, and take some fights out there. Going up to 135, there's a lot of competition. But I just don't see anybody really beating him. Like, he was so locked in. He was so focused, man. It was amazing. But that being said, man, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I'm in the breeze.